So this is an activity that originated with Roberto Assagioli, who was the founder of psychosynthesis. And this particular activity is called disidentification and self-identification. So it's a little bit longer than just relaxing. It's probably between 15 and 20 minutes long. And I can only really go at the pace that I go at, and I know anyone who might choose to listen to this and try to follow it will have a pace of their own. So sorry if that doesn't work out well. And so the idea about disidentification and self-identification, as you'll see as you go through this, is that there's a tendency to think that we are our thoughts, or that we are our feelings, or we are our bodies. So this particular meditation takes you away from that. So we'll have an experience, a relaxing experience of our body, and close that by saying, I am a body. No, sorry. I have a body, but I am not my body. I am greater than my body. And then we'll do the same with the feelings and the same with our thoughts. And then I'm going to just have you breathe a little bit more and make another statement, because if we're not our thoughts and our feelings and our body, then what are we? So I'll have you make a statement and have an experience of yourself as what I'll call a pure and eternal spirit of consciousness and will. So those are spiritual faculties, consciousness and will, whereas thinking, feeling, and doing or behaviors are functions of the psyche. So those are the two levels that we operate on at all times. It's really helpful to differentiate between those two things. So in our day-to-day, we think, we feel, and we act. But there's something above those principles, and that is consciousness and the will. The will, it's a different will. It's the will that's behind that consciousness. And that's what we draw out here. And in any work that we do, whether it's trauma or just getting our proverbial together, what we're always aiming to do, whether we're aware of it or not, is to strengthen that self with a capital S. That's what this activity is designed to do. So I'll begin now. So first we're going to relax the physical body. So take a few deep breaths. Be comfortable where you sit or lie. And be comfortable with your body. There's no need to sit with a straight spine. Just be comfortable and take a deep breath. Take it in fully, hold it for a moment, and let it out fully. And on the next in-breath, picture, so that means visualize, that what's going in on that breath is white light filling your lungs. And what comes out is gray light, let's say. The used stuff that we've already had in us, we're letting go of. So each breath is a breath of new life. Take it in deeply into your lungs. Hold it and let it out. You can let it out in a sigh, if you like. There's no hard rules here. And with each breath in, just imagine that vibrant white light expanding beyond your lungs. So moving into your rib cage, throughout your abdomen, and also up into your shoulders. Remember to breathe. And just over the next 2 or 3 breaths, just have that light move through your whole body, up and down from the lungs. And one more breath so that your whole body is filled with white light and you're relaxed. Now turn your attention to your toes. Relax your toes and feet. Keep breathing. And now relax your calves, your lower leg. And your knees and thighs. And as you move through with relaxation, just keep that vibrant white light as a part of what you're imagining as you move through. And as you breathe, relax. And now bring this relaxing energy up through your groin and into your lower abdomen. So your intestines and your stomach area. If there's any discomfort, and just imagine an in-breath going directly to the area of discomfort, expanding it, filled with white light, and letting go. And now bring it up through your upper abdomen, your rib cage. Picture your lungs and your heart. See them as healthy, functioning, filled with white light. Breathe. And now let's go to the tips of our fingers, our hands. If there's any tension there, just let it go. If you're lying down, just let yourself feel like you're melting. Bring that up through your lower arms, elbows and upper arms. Relax. And up into your shoulders, where that relaxing energy now joins up with the energy you've brought up from your toes. If there's any tension across your shoulders, again, breathe into that. And let it go. And now bring this white light, this relaxed energy up through your neck. And just imagine it steadily rising up through your jaw, cheeks, sinuses, eyes and ears, and through your brain. Just quiet, peace, relaxed, and up to the top of your head. So now just imagine your whole body enfolded in this bubble of white energy, relaxed. Take a deep breath and say to yourself, I have a body, but I am not my body. I am greater than my body. I want you to be aware of the part of you that can do this, that can pay attention, because this is that consciousness that I was mentioning before. You can turn your attention to your toes. You can turn your attention to your shoulder. You can turn your attention to the air you're breathing in. So not only are we talking about your consciousness, but we're also talking about the possibility you have for directing that consciousness. And that's what I mean by will, that we are beings of consciousness and will. So now let's bring our attention to our feelings, located in the realm of the heart. So what we want to do now is create a place where we feel at peace, tranquil. So imagine whatever place you go to, a place you've been, or maybe it's a place you can imagine, where you feel perfectly at peace. For me, that's a beach at sunset. The air temperature is perfect. The air is calm. There's nobody around. And I have a beautiful view across the water. There's no sounds. That's my place of perfect peace. Whatever yours is, just create that with your imagination. Be in it as much as you can. And just stay with it for a minute. Breathe. Experience tranquility. Breathe deeply. This is a place you can come to whenever you feel your emotions are getting a little bit chaotic. Remember your place of peace. Take another deep breath. And say to yourself, I have feelings, but I am not my feelings. I am greater than my feelings. Take another breath. Just check again to make sure you're relaxed. If there's any places where a little bit of tension creeps back in, just pay attention, breathe into those, and let them go again. And so now we're relaxed in our body. We have peace in our feelings. And let's turn our attention to our thoughts. And we'll consider that our thoughts are located in our head, connected to our brain. And let's again visualize a lofty place where we're high above the concerns of the world. So picture yourself on the top of a mountain, the highest mountain in a mountain range, where you can see the other mountains rolling out away from you with, the dark purple colors and the blues. Beautiful. And you on the top of your mountain, maybe picture yourself in the lotus position, but there's no discomfort involved. What's important is that you're breathing the air of high places. Rarefied air, it's often called, where the air is thin. Breathe deeply. And recognize this is a place where thoughts can't impinge on you unwanted. This is the realm that some mystics enjoy. And if you feel thoughts coming to you, just dress them up as clouds and let them move on. Don't force it. Don't push it. Just let it be. We can call back our thoughts anytime we want to, but right now, we'll just let them go. Again, just look around, experience this incredible vista, this majesty of high places. And you alone, breathing deeply of the thin air. All of the thoughts of the world are far below you. Take a breath. Relax. And say to yourself, I have thoughts, but I am not my thoughts. I am greater than my thoughts. And take a breath. And so now notice your body again. If any stress or tension has crept back in, just breathe into it and breathe it out. Stay with the peace in your feelings and clear in your thoughts. And now, with your consciousness and will, let's turn our attention back to the center of our being. Again, in the realm of the middle, this time, we're going to picture ourselves as a dynamic pillar of vibrant golden light. Feel the energy and power. If you're a Star Wars fan, you might think of it as a lightsaber, upright. Let your energy focus around that. And feel your presence in there at the core of your being, this dynamic pillar of golden light. And say to yourself, I have a body, but I am not my body. I am greater than my body. I have feelings, but I am not my feelings. I am greater than my feelings. I have thoughts, but I am not my thoughts. I am greater than my thoughts. I am a pure and eternal being of consciousness and will. And this consciousness and will that we are can journey anywhere. But for today, let's create an inner sanctuary, a place where you know you can go and be totally in charge of yourself in all of those realms of thinking, feeling, and bodily will. So if your imagination differs from mine, then follow your own. But let's imagine in the core of our being now a room that has perfect dimensions for us, that each of us can feel this is just right for me. So it has a ceiling and a floor and 4 walls. Mine is lined in regal purple velvet. The room has ambient light, meaning that there's no particular light source, but the light is there, not too bright, not too dim. The air temperature is perfect. And in the middle of this room, there's a platform, a raised platform. And on this platform is a throne. This is your throne. It can be as simple or as ornate as you like. It can be wooden, it can be gold. It can have a cushion on it or not. I want you to visualize this throne to your satisfaction. And now take your place on your throne. Take a deep breath. You can call this place your sanctuary or your throne room if you like, whatever works for you. It's a place where you can be alone with yourself and with your higher self. So we're not denying that we're also human, but this is a place where we can be with our higher self as well. You can also commune with whatever you might think of as an aspect of you that is greater than the sense of yourself that you experience in your day-to-day. So I like to think of my higher self. Some people talk about guides or angels or the inner wise one or the inner teacher. All of those terms are aspects of yourself that you can call into this space or just acknowledge are in this space with you when you're centered, collected, the way that we are now after that journey. If you've got something that you need to talk to yourself about or get away from yourself or find inspiration for, you can call your higher self into this room if that helps. Or you can feel them, for example, standing on the platform behind your throne, maybe with their hand on your shoulder. Knowing that you've got all the support that you need, all the inspiration that you need. This is where your daily self can connect with your higher self. So just let your imagination live into that for a moment. So if you already have some sort of a sense of what the wise inner part of you feels like or looks like, or if you see it as an external, in terms of an angel, picture that too. So you now sitting on your throne in your higher self, connected, inspired, at peace. Just imagine what your wise one looks like, for example. It doesn't have to have sharp features, but if you have a sense for that, do what you will. Now, this is a place you can come if you have a question for yourself. You have lots of power in this space. If you need to review a part of your life, for example, you can just imagine a screen on the wall in front of you, and you can put into motion the things that you have on your mind. Get a little distance. You can visualize things as you want them to be. You can imagine that there are cupboards with wonderful things in them that you can pull out as you need them. This is your creative place. You can find your power here. So take a deep breath. And try to remember this place if ever you get triggered or reactive or you're struggling with something. I know it's a bit of a long, wordy journey to get here, but with a bit of practice, it's a pretty easy journey. The steps to relax your body, to find peace in your feelings, stillness in your thinking, they can be accomplished fairly quickly. Let yourself experience your higher self and find yourself in this space where you're safe and also inspired and connected. You can be here at any time you like. You can make it a regular practice, or you can go here as needed. Take a deep breath. And now feel yourself back in your body. And you can open your eyes when you're ready and experience yourself back in the room where you started. Godspeed.